Hey guys, today I'm sharing with you my cinnamon layered cupcakes. These are so amazing with a beautiful cinnamon layer at the bottom, and it's so soft and fluffy, perfect for tea or coffee, or if you're having company over to set these out for any gathering or anything. And I want to thank Joanne for collabing with us and supplying us with this absolutely gorgeous porcelain 3-tier cake stand for cupcakes or cakes or donuts or your heart's desires, or just for decoration. It is so absolutely beautiful. We'll get to more of that at the end, but let's get into the recipe. In a bowl here, I have some granulated sugar as well as some unsalted butter that is softened at room temperature. That is 1 stick of butter, which is a half a cup, and 1 cup of granulated sugar. I will have all the amounts listed below in the description box for you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and cream this for 5 minutes. After every minute, I'm going to take my spatula, run it around the edges of the bowl, bring it all back into the center to make sure that everything is getting incorporated really well. And I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, mix this together for about 5 minutes. And after each minute, just scrape the sides of the bowl. So after about 5 minutes of mixing, I'm gonna go ahead and again scrape the sides of my bowl, and you will notice that this has become a really nice smooth paste, really creamy. That butter and that sugar is really well mixed together and incorporated. We're gonna go ahead and add in our eggs, 1 at a time. We are using 2 large eggs. Add in my first egg, and then we're just going to go ahead and mix this until that egg is thoroughly incorporated. So mix for about 30 seconds or so. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our second egg. I'm going to give that a nice mix for about another 30 seconds. And now we have this really smooth and thick, lovely, fluffy mixture. Bring it all back into the center. And we're going to add in about a good tablespoon of vanilla extract. We're using about a tablespoon, which is a good amount of vanilla, but we really want that flavor to come through in these cupcakes. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that together until well combined. I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons of sour cream, which is going to help these cupcakes be super moist and fluffy, and these might be the fluffiest cupcakes ever. It's so simple, but it's so amazing. It honestly, the outcome, the result is just perfection. So in this bowl here, I have some cake flour. Very important to making a really nice fluffy cupcake or cake is cake flour. You can find it in the flour section in your grocery store. It usually comes in a box. And to that, I'm adding in some baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, as well as a pinch of salt. We're just going to go ahead and mix this together really well. I will have all the amounts listed below for you in the description box. Mix that flour and baking powder and salt together really well till all that baking powder is thoroughly distributed. And then I'm going to start adding in my flour, a quarter at a time, as well as some whole milk in quarters. I'm going to add a quarter of my flour, a quarter of my milk, give that a light mix until mostly combined. We don't want to overwork that flour. I'm going to go ahead and just add this in fourths. So this is my last fourth of flour in milk here, and I'm switching over to my spatula at this point, or you can use a wooden spoon because I don't want to overwork my flour. And you can see I have a lot of extra flour around the sides of the bowl that when I'm using my mixer, it just goes up to the sides. So I'm just going to finish off with my spatula so I do not overwork my flour. Mix that in until all of that flour is incorporated into our batter. And it's going to be smelling amazing and nice and vanilla-y at this point. Now into that same bowl where I had my baking powder and flour and all that, I'm going to add in 1 cup of my batter. And to that 1 cup of batter, we're going to add in about a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. We're going to make sure and mix together that cinnamon and that 1 cup of our batter really, really well. Make sure all of that is incorporated. And then make sure also that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And I have a cupcake tray that I have sprayed with non-stick cooking spray. You can use cupcake liners if you want, but I think the beauty of these cupcakes are that nice cinnamon layers that comes through. So I'm going to use my cinnamon flavored batter, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoon amount at the bottom of my pan, and then get an ice cream scoop and use about 3/4 of that ice cream scoop to put in just the plain vanilla batter on top. So the cinnamon batter at the bottom, or you can do reverse if you want, you can do swirls if you want, it's your cupcake, but I do like the layered look. So I'm going to go ahead and place my cinnamon batter at the bottom, and go ahead and just use about 3/4 of that ice cream scoop to put on top. Now these are going to rise, so you don't want to fill them too much. I obviously filled some a little bit too much, trying to use up all my batter, but this should make like a good perfect 12 cupcakes. Give it a nice little tap. And then we're going to place this in our oven at 350 for about 25 minutes or so. It's going to have a beautiful light yellow color on top. Let these cool in your tray for 5 minutes before transferring it over to a cooling rack. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I want to thank Joanne for collabing with us and sending us this absolutely gorgeous cake tier. It is porcelain. It is really great quality porcelain, guys, and I'm telling you, the embellishments and all of the designs and everything is so beautiful. It's a great quality. I have other tiers, but this is definitely my favorite by far. It's absolutely gorgeous. The quality again is amazing. I will have their link below, and I'll also have the link for this cake stand below to their website, where you can search all of their great natural product. I highly recommend it. You can use a knife to help you remove your cupcakes from your tin. Just run the knife around the edges, and we're just going to use a beautiful cake stand here. Like I said, I like to make this if I have company over, and these cupcakes, because they are a crowd-pleasing winner. They're beautiful, they're absolutely gorgeous to look at, and when you look inside of it, that's where the real goodness is, guys. These cupcakes are so soft. They're so incredibly soft and fluffy and amazing. You can see the little bit of cinnamon there at the bottom and the vanilla on top. Perfect with a cup of coffee or tea. If you are serving this later on or so, you do want to keep them covered up so they do retain their moisture and their fluffiness and they don't dry out on you. That's it for this recipe, guys. I will have all the amounts listed below. Don't forget to check out Joanne. I will leave their link below in the description box for you guys. And I hope that you guys enjoy this recipe. Give it a try. If you enjoy it, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.